His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country, so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, a rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
Mr. President, recently we witnessed the demolition of the CDC headquarters in Komothian, which was carried out through a court order. How does the administration ensure that such enforcement action are done fairly and without political interference?
The law is the law. It's not the government. It's the government implementation of the law. The police were ordered to do it, and they did it. If that demolition is removal of the people from premises that don't belong to them according to the law.
Why will George Weah, who is tempted by Joseph Boakai, who was drowning in his Egypt land, who was dead, very red up, dirty, stink, you could find him passing around, practically dead and useless. Why will such a man conduct make you Weah vex that you will struck the whack and then lose God's own mission to take you to the promised land? That was the test of time today for George Weah. If George Weah had reacted, he was falling in the place of Moses.
The Liberian National Police commends the Congress for Democratic Change for the discipline, calm, and statesmanship demonstrated during the recent eviction process. Your respect for the rule of law, despite the deep sentimental value and history attached to the property, reflects a maturity that strengthens Liberia's democracy. This movement is not only a testament to CDC's leadership, but also a reminder to all political institutions and citizens that our democracy grows stronger when lawful decisions are honored peacefully.
Today, you have a rebel police director who thinks that he has arrived. And the worst thing about all these people, they all benefited from the magnanimity of George Weah. Ranging from people on the bench of the Supreme Court, they got letters from George Weah. If some of them choose to pay him back with evil, it's up to them. The very Gregory Coma today, he worked in the previous administration when Weah came. He also got another letter again. If he chooses to do what he's doing, it's up to him. But one thing I can tell you for sure is this is how we had always been molded. That's how God has already molded Weah and catapult him into success. He will suffer rejection, denigration, humiliation. That has been his life. How can you make somebody who has been down the line their shame? The person has gone through shame. They have gone through disgrace. They have done everything they cared. Whatever people thought and were laughing at them, they surmount everything and catapult themselves into becoming someone who is towering that the whole world can look at today. What more can you do? You think you're bringing that person down? You're just hurting yourself. In fact, what you are doing, you are destroying yourself. You know what it takes for you to proud in yourself of being bad? When people are looking for good image, you are happy in becoming a bad person. George Weah would never, ever, never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever, never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever, never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever, never, ever buy in to your tricks. George Weah would never, ever, never, ever buy in to your tricks. He would never, ever.
One who calls themselves a staunch supporter of the opposition and think you can focus somebody, okay? You need to see the doctor. This man is a clear example of what commitment, not to individual, but to a country.
Correct.
Everything
Right.
Yeke doing now about himself is about Liberia. My respect for Yeke is high. The guy is exemplary as far as commitment to the cause of the people, to the interest of the people is. And a lot of them are like that. It's not like just the messaging, right? But they are like that. And my respect for Yeke, any day, anytime. There's a friend of mine. We got personal friendship. He's a journalist. I just forget the man. He's in Yeke district. He been coming in my inbox telling me all the time he's running in the place and blah, blah, blah. Why would I support? I said, man, there's no way. If my mom go to that district and say they're running there, I will support Yeke over my mom. That's what I told him.
I will welcome the man of the day, the lone soldier in the House of Representatives, that fearless man. A man who does not mince his words. He said it as he sees it. He's not afraid of power. He speaks truth to them. You can get vexed and boss. He doesn't care. You cannot intimidate him with impeachment. You can impeach everybody, we will remain. This man survived before going into the House of Representatives. As a matter of fact, he is not surviving on the salaries you pay there, because he uses his earning to better the lives of his people in District 10. So your plans of gathering 100 signatures, you can go and keep it. At this point in time, let's all give a very big hand clap as I welcome Honorable Yeke Korea, representative of District number 10.
There are people who we have supported, and I am guilty of that. There are people who we made to go in our house under normal circumstances. They got no business being over there. People should be there on the basis of respect for society, and they receive similar respect from the society. But we have supported people over time who go over there. Even with the number of years they've stayed there, they refuse to improve. They refuse to even understand why they are there. Many people think that being in the House of Representatives or the Senate, the person who makes the loudest noise is the best lawmaker. That's what we believe. That's what we think.
Someone who calls themselves a staunch supporter of the opposition and think you can focus somebody, okay? You need to see the doctor. This man is a clear example of what commitment, not to individual, but to a country.
Correct.
Everything
Right.
Yeke created about himself is about Liberia. My respect for Yeke is high. The guy is exemplary as far as commitment to the cause of the people, to the interest of the people is. And a lot of them are like that. It's not like just the messaging, right? But they are like that. And my respect for Yeke, any day, anytime. Anytime. There's a friend of mine. We got personal friendship. He's a journalist. Just forget the man. He's in Yeke district. He been coming in my inbox telling me all the time he running in the place and blah, blah, blah. Why would I support? I said, my man, there's no way. If my mom go to that district and say they're running there, I will support Yeke over my mom. That's what I told him.
For yourself, Rachel Kun, I'm talking about don't get outside and criticize. Don't get outside and criticize. Don't get outside and criticize who? I'm making a Joseph Boga is a role. I'm criticizing now. So the authority in the Galilee, you said you were threatening us. You Rachel Kun, he fought hard to become speaker. Just to put picture up from place to place. You think we have that thing on? You can't talk about when I criticize. That place is living room.
You seem to be afraid of the statement of the speaker.
I'm afraid of what statement? I'm afraid the men are wrong. I'll be afraid of wrong statement.
The speaker was very but you law maker. You're not talking outside the box.
The name Yeke can never be tied down. The name Yeke can never be tied down. This place is not my place. It's not my living room. And that is why I say inside there. I spoke about English and somebody wanted to corrupt me. I say you know all the English you are attending, you don't sit and they play corrupt.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country and people are now seeing it as being right because their SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
God Almighty, the creator of the universe, the God who keeps watch over every one of us, but not only that, the same God who gave instruction that his society must be better. He is the God who, against corruption, despotic and dictatorial rule, He is the God against any form of discrimination, lie, injustice of all kinds. He is that God who is against all of those things, and he punishes at any time he wishes. It is called judgment. Not in heaven. The judgment, also called the wrath of God, takes place on the earth while you are alive, not dead. Nebuchadnezzar, a clearest example, he punished despotic, dictatorial, tyrannical Nebuchadnezzar in his political so-called almighty self. Nebuchadnezzar was living, and he rendered judgment against him that Nebuchadnezzar had to confess. And you know about the other leaders. He is that God that we serve. We thank him for keeping watch over us, and he has brought us into this day with the instruction to King's FM to do the needful to make his society better. Yes. So we are grateful to God Almighty, the God of the universe. Also, good to have you on, Asata Miller, Red Light, Paris Loba, New Jersey, the United States. Thank you so much. And I wish you the same, Paris Loba. Blama Old Road. Kwankpa Masekwe, Painesville, Bernard Farm, Renning Bowl, District 11, Johnsonville, Matthew Choloplin. You are on from the USA, yes. You're right. Yes. We'll talk a little about that. Gabriel West, George Brown, UL Main Campus, ProSci Office. Hope that you guys are doing well there. Zau Flomo from okay, hold on to that. Benson W. Victor, you are also on too. That's great. Spencer Mohammed, Coke Spoon Hill, Wayne Town Community. That's a great area. I like how he calls it when he calls. Cogway Weeder, Magibi County. Stephen Yakari, District 2, Lower Magibi County. Bapin Paul Lee, Johnsonville. Methodist Children. Okay. From Habel City. That's good. Methodist Children. Othello King, Claratown, CNL, Menza, Grand Cape County, Popa District, Venetia's Bar, Newtown, Claude de Port, Divine Valley, Beverly Hills, Jeremiah Labla, FDA Community, Prince Dukley, Habel City, Jack Foley Tombikar, Bible College, Browville Junction, Musa A. Sharif, New Georgia, Gardnersville, 5th Kelvin Bappin, Nima United, Fred Pegard, 11th Street, Emmanuel Vojolo, District 1, Grand Bassa County, Bohaman, Liman, D5, District 15, Jackson C. Poning Iron Factory, Block C, community member of Block Titan, the chairman himself, the melting pot chairman, the chairman that cuts across, the chairman that so much everybody wishes to reference. Roma Rico or Kenny Ball, fall short, is on. The everlasting chairman, the only chairman for life. You want to link up with the chairman in your life would never be the same. Yes, good to have the chairman on. Patricia Zio from your office, Patience Wisner, Lynch Street, Momalu, Joanne Momalu, your business center, Gale Street, Usman Sol, your business center, Gale Street, my own backup Pekin, Ibrahim Kumar. That's good. All of you, great people. Orita Sunday Way Choir, you are on. Great, good to have you on. Gabriel Lawson from Iron Factory, your business center, Broad Street. That's good. All of you great people. Salaye Kemo, you are on from Johnsonville, Baya. That's the community, eh? Baya. Okay. Brown. 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 Division 41, Firestone, Sekou Kamara from King Jaw Town, Grand Cape Mount County. Good. The protocol so long, we hitting about 4,000. That's good. Yes, we thank you for the support. At least it tells us that the impact is being felt. So let's get out of Liberia, talk something or some developments unfolding, then we move on. Today is Wednesday. It's All Black Day. Black, eh? I came this morning and saw people in black all over. I was wondering what happened. Then I look at myself. I'm in black too. Oh, black. Till now, I have no understanding why. Everybody, you go and see people in black. Go and see black. I don't know. Then I look at myself and say, oh, but Sam Andrews, you in black too? About in black? Oh. I know, but probably it's just a coincidence. Ethiopia Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi are among world leaders who have sent condolences following the death of Kenya's veteran opposition leader and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Odinga, age 80, died in India after suffering cardiac arrest during a morning walk. Over 5 decades, he was an influential figure in East African politics, leading Kenya's pro-democracy movement that ended one-party rule and helped draft the 2010 constitution. A trained engineer who studied in East Germany, he served as prime minister from 2008 to 2013 on a power-sharing deal after the post-election crisis. The Nigerian Senate has called for urgent action to rescue hundreds of women and children held in Libyan prisons, describing their ordeal as modern-day slavery. Lawyers urged government agencies to work with Libyan authorities to secure their release and repatriation. They said many victims were trafficked under the false premises of employment and forced into prostitution, while some were allegedly assaulted in detention and gave birth behind bars. Senator Aniaka Bessie described Libya as a corridor of death and despair. About 1,000 Nigerians were repatriated to the country in early 2025 this year after suffering torture, sexual violence, and forced labor. The Democratic Republic of Congo and the Rwandan-backed M23 rebel group have signed an agreement in Doha to establish a ceasefire monitoring verification mechanism. The deal builds on a July ceasefire aimed at ending years of conflict in Eastern DRC. The mechanism will oversee implementation, probe violations, and help prevent renewed fighting, with Qatar, the United States, and the African Union as observers. Qatar called it a pivotal step toward lasting peace. While Rwanda denied backing M23, the United Nations experts have said Rwandan forces play a critical role in the group's recent offensive. United States President Donald Trump has threatened to disarm Hamas violently amid moves by the group to reassert control over the Gaza Strip, targeting what it called collaborators. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, Trump said if Hamas failed to disarm within a reasonable period of time, he will disarm them. He did not say when he expects the group to surrender its weapons. His comments come as a footage circulated online showing a public execution and other displays of force by Hamas fighters in Gaza since the U.S. broke up ceasefire began last week. The execution, terrible. Yes, okay. So those are some of the developments unfolding out of Liberia. Let's get now to our first pointer. Everyone has deficiencies. Everyone has deficiencies. But if you create a saying by which you portray yourself as being the perfect one, at the close of the day, your imperfection comes out. Over the time, they have been branding Weah as not being a good speaker, doesn't know English, doesn't speak well. And then fast forward, Bouaka goes to America and gets the praise of Donald Trump. Donald Trump said to the whole world that, oh, you speak beautiful English. Where did you go to school?
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
Very
And
good, sir. Thank you.
well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
Very
And
good, sir. Thank you.
Less than no time, he received commendations of all kinds from his people back home, which what unfolded in Washington was a flattery, a belittlement. But his people back home saw it as an accolade, a award, a trophy that he had won. To make it even worse of a fun, they gave him the printed t-shirts and gave it to him at the back, good English speaker. Julie Andy gave him t-shirts. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and other people, they shower him, they flatter him, they make fun of him, even though they portray it as an accomplishment. But it was a flattery. It was a joke. So that's it for that. Fast forward again. I thought to insert dates so that we have to come down. This culture, our political culture, please accept my description. Our political culture, the Liberian political culture, is just stupid. It's just a stupid culture. And if you aren't sensitive, you allow yourself to be tossed to and fro by these people called politicians. Listen, you just look like a fool in the eyes of people. Because everyone got imperfections. Everyone. And I like George Weah because he wouldn't hide his imperfections. And that's what God said. You have imperfection, you talk your imperfection, and it gets better with time. Unity Party people will hang on everything. This is a stupid culture. Things of no substance. Not realizing that life is a cycle. Now it comes back to haunt them. I thought to share another good English with you people. Another good English. Please, this is a good English. Prove me wrong that this is not a good English. Coming from a man of stature, a man who occupies a reputable position. Now you will be very careful how to criticize, because when you're criticizing somebody, there is somebody within your closet or in your living room who is bad off. It is against that backdrop that God said in Matthew 7, if you think speck is in your brother's eye and you are condemning him, you are vilifying him, you are characterizing and categorizing him, just know within yourself that you have not a dent of any stain. You must be clean. That's the rule right there. Here's another good English. You want to listen, please. Prove me wrong that this isn't a good English from Unity Party Deputy Speaker. Good English. I hope Trump can hear this one so that he will praise this guy as he praised Buckeye. Good English.
Because government doesn't move me. Certain remarks doesn't move me. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because my IQ, my understanding of this place is why conglomerated.
Did you get it? Eh? Nobody laugh here, please. Good English. Trump will give a war for this good English. We are noted for speaking good English in Liberia. Thank God we are English-speaking country. It is our tongue. Eh?
Because government doesn't move me. Certain remarks doesn't move me. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. 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 If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because my IQ, my understanding of this place is why conglomerated.
If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. Here you go. Here you go. When I say, man, you something wrong with you. I say, don't laugh. They laughing. What? You won't laugh, so you're supposed to laugh. Here you go. I try to hold a laughter back. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond.
If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because
you continue to put your more job. We are going to expose you.
I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because 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 if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because my IQ, my understanding of this place is why conglomerated.
If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. Just a teaser, eh? Look at all of you that start laughing. Yeah, I said nobody more laughing. I said nobody laugh here. I'm laughing, but I know where the thing coming from. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. English upside down. Ah, God. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. Good English, man. Good English. You be with good English.
Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
Very
and
good,
they-
sir. Thank you.
Because government doesn't move me. Certain remarks doesn't move me. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because 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 my if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond because my IQ, my understanding of this place is well conglomerated.
Okay. Okay. That's just a teaser, yeah? Just a teaser. Just a teaser. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. Yeah. Just a teaser. That all. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. If you're going to break your ground tomorrow, so when anybody asks you that there, ask you say I doesn't respond. Anybody ask you on Saturday, say, when you're going to break ground on Saturday, or they ask you where you're going, say I doesn't respond. Well, I need water, man. Oh, God. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Hey, judges. Saturday, anybody ask you, you're going to break on and ask you where you're going, say, I doesn't respond. Oh, God. Yeah, they go, man, yeah. That's why he said when the people mugging you, leave it. I will expose them. God has his own way of exposing people, and God exposure is too bad. I beg you, please. Let's have the short break. Then we get into the main issue. That was just a teaser. I beg you. They've been celebrating, but the celebration is sour in their mouths. So, please. Saturday, when you're going, I'm talking about CDC team today. I'm just saying it one. When you're going on Saturday, when I ask you any question, where you're going, say, I doesn't respond. Hey, Liberia, the country of beautiful English. I say your papi will get says well, you're ready. Yeah, I doesn't respond. Yeah. Emmanuel, bro, yeah, man, thank you so much. Thank you for the compliment. It's all Black Day today. Yes, I met too many people outside with black. I just realized it was a coincidence. Yeah, had the Spirit spoken to me that the rest of the people wearing black, I wouldn't have, but it was already said. Thank you for the compliments, bro. Yes, it's all Black Day. All right, so let's leave that now and come to what we've got on our plate. No, I want to get it, please. I beg you. We have to go back. I want to get it. We have to go back, but not to Burning Spear. No. Want to go back. Want to get something. So this break again.
On the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing my. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they leave. Let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody now go crazy. Somebody not die. No way. So waiting happen. Bunch of foolish people. CDC, 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 all the way. Oh, CDC, 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 oh yeah, 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 CDC, all the way. CDC is for the people. Ain't not in bed and ain't not in the house. Ain't in their hearts and they carrying it. No yellow machine can't take it from them. Now yeah, it's here. We finish getting land. We finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting again. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDT, we are supreme. Hey. Let me just tell you something, a new belt, it will be a symbol of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Breaking ground, breaking ground. Atuba, 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 atuba,
Thank you so much. I got it. Sorry, I was trying to set something so that we go. Well, morality is not determined by sentiment. Neither is it determined by the status quo. Morality is simple, individual, and institutional norms. It is not imputed, or politics isn't imputed into it. It cuts across. Moreover, from an existential standpoint, you don't want to see yourself as impressing on other people negatively. They're feeling the pinch, they are hurt. It doesn't make sense to you. They're hurt, their pains, their frustration doesn't make sense to you, even if it is being done by a surrogate. But when the table turns and you are the one feeling the pinch, you now come to the conclusion of immorality or immoral, and it should stop. Such an irony doesn't help society at all. And individually, if you got that kind of instinct or attitude, drop it. Institutionally, you have to drop it. It is not when it is in your favor, then you mute yourself, even when it's been done by a surrogate. Yesterday, everything was good. Yesterday, it was not about morality. It was what they wanted, what they designed, how they executed. There were voices yesterday that this is wrong. You have to respect the presidency. You got to respect the vice presidency. You got to respect the leaders of the land. And the response was, move from here, man. The people didn't deserve respect. We ain't deserve no respect. In fact, that man ain't president for Liberia. He president for sedition. And they will go about. There were voices that were saying, no, you stop. As much as We have freedom of speech, but you people can go water this way with the president against the president, the vice president, insulting the vice president. I can remember on a couple of occasions, Unity Party people and their surrogates went personal with Joel Howard Taylor. And their surrogates were insulting. They went at one point in time, they did not see Joel Howard Taylor as a woman. They went personal. These Unity Party sponsors did not say it was wrong. They did not talk anything morality, but they enjoy it because they wanted George Weah out. So everything that they were doing, they were being supported. I share with you two, Mo Ali and Pia. At the time, they were in opposition, enjoying when even their surrogate then was working on their behalf. They had a lot more praises to shower upon him.
One who calls themselves a staunch supporter of the opposition and think you can focus somebody, okay? You need to see the doctor. This man is a clear example of what commitment, not to individual, but to a country. Correct. Everything Yeke created about himself is about Liberia. My respect for Yeke is high. The guy is exemplary as far as commitment to the cause of the people, to the interest of the people is. And a lot of them are like that. It's not like just the messaging, right? But they are like that. And my respect for Yeke, any day, anytime. Anytime. There's a friend of mine. We got personal friendship. He's a journalist. I just forget the man. He's in Yeke district. He been coming in my inbox telling me all the time he's running in the place and blah, blah, blah. Why would I support? I said, my man, there's no way. If my mom go to that district and say they're running there, I will support Yeke or mama. I can say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. And say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. And say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. And say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. History and say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. History and say they're running there. I will support Yeke or mama. That's what I told him.
That is the current information minister in opposition then. One of several. The women, the few women of moral rectitude, they will raise their voices and say this is wrong. We can't have our society like this. As much as we have freedom of speech, but you have to treat the presidency with respect. You have to treat the vice presidency with respect. In fact, the vice president is a woman. How people be talking, oh, these Unity Party people, they were pumping money for these guys to talk, say all manner of things. What I'm telling you is they nurture the current society that we're in. We didn't see what we're seeing now in Ellen's government. Ellen's government, yeah, there were political skirmishes here and there, but it was more intellectual. It wasn't as it is today. Unity Party nurture what they are experiencing today. They don't want people to say anything. You should not criticize Bwaka. You should not disagree with the government. You should not say anything about anybody. For them, they consider that morality. But how empty is that? Today, they don't want anybody insulting. And nobody is insulting. They don't want anybody. But they created the culture. They nurture it. They nurture it.
I will welcome the man of the day, the lone soldier in the House of Representatives, very fearless man. The man who does not mince his words. He said it as he sees it. He's not afraid of power. He speaks truth to them. You can get vexed and bust He doesn't care. You cannot intimidate him with impeachment. You can impeach everybody, we will remain. This man survived before going into the House of Representatives. As a matter of fact, he is not surviving on the salaries you pay there, because he uses his earning to better the lives of his people in District 10. So your threats of gathering 100,000 signatures, you can go and keep it. At this point in time, let's all give a very big hand clap as I welcome Honorable Yeka Korila, representative of District number 10.
Yeke is not the focus here. I'm only going back into the past. I've got many of them. I'm only going back into the past. I'm telling you the culture that they don't want, that we have now, and they don't want because they're in power. They created a culture. Now, can we get out of that culture? Yes. How we get out? They have to stop their unruly behavior. They had to show responsible behavior. They came to power with the argument that their government will be refined, intelligent, government officials will not be abusive, there will be no breach of the law, and on we can go. But everything they said, their irony of everything they said, today, they want a man to talk. The same way the man was rampaging in the house. Again, the emphasis is not on him, but he's just one of several events. The man who praised him a couple of years ago, the same man now is saying they don't need men like this in the house. The Yeke man ratting. He dirty, he stink. What they need, the man is rude. They need in the house. But yesterday, this man was clean. He was the hottest on the block. Today, he bad off.
There are people who we have supported, and I am guilty of that.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who we made.
You say he guilty of supporting Yeke. You see how the man ain't get sense. But it's good. And you Unity Party people who running all around, you're killing yourselves for these people. That lesson for you, if you can learn. In here more, Ali.
To go in that house under normal circumstances. They got no business being over there.
Mm-hmm. I say he's not the emphasis. I'm only talking about the culture they created. This is one of several. So they're now preaching the doctrine of morality. Respect the presidency. Respect the regime speaker. Bow to the regime speaker. Bow to President Joseph Boakai. Bow to Yombli Kanga Lawrence. Bow to Vice President Kong. Everybody should heal. Nobody should condemn them. And listen, it is going to get messy. They created the culture. It's all because they are in power now. They don't want anybody to criticize them. How dull and stupid is that when you started it and you sustain it to the letter? These people in opposition, they almost caused uprising in this country. These people in power even wanted we as deaf. They had Costa, they had the rest of the people causing chaos in this country. These Unity Party people should be grateful to CDC in opposition with every refinement. Take a look back over your life. CDC in as the ruling establishment. Every day there was a protest. Those protests were supported behind the scene by these very people. Boakai was enjoying it because they felt that way. Let's keep the atmosphere unstable. Let's create instability in the country. The international community itself will go against this man. One of the ways we can get the man, or let's get people on the other side saying this, saying that. Costa, they had Costa supporting them, giving Costa money. Costa can't say, oh, George Weah is at the point of death. In fact, George Weah can't wear shoes. George Weah sick. Oh, you ain't hear that one? That one cost out on record. He said, George, we are sick. The man can wear shoe. The man feet swelling up. The following day, we went to a program. Former. They had the man, they sponsored the man. The people who are talking about morality today, they sponsored the man. The man sat down in America. They were not telling him, my man, you're destroying the country. The man ordered people to get on the street and start blocking streets here and there. It was a turmoil. Today, none of those things happening. They're talking about morality. Matthew 7, 3 to 5. And the golden rule, Matthew 12. He said, if you're indebted to CDC in the past, they have every right to do it to you in your government. That is why they call precedents, that people can rely on. Say, well, you did it. You did it this time, and this is why you did. So we're doing it at precedent. People will reference it, and you will not have any moral ground because you exhibited immorality. They had women using social media to say things. Oh, how we are this. We are loving to the other person. We are loving to that. All kinds of things they were saying all over the place. The people, they were getting money. The women were getting money from these Unity Party opposition members. The culture they created, the predator they created has turned against them. Then they say, no, morality, we got to keep the country safe. We got to do this. We got to do that. You have to respect your elder. When the elders them have never respected themselves, the first thing to be respected, you must respect yourself. That's the first thing. The speaker has never respected himself. The president has never respected himself. The vice president has never respected himself. The deputy have never respected. Look at all that they have been doing over the time. Look at it. Morality, simply, you look up morality. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not literate enough. But you look up the word morality. And tell me whether all that they have done, and they still doing, whether it is moral or immoral. The first thing, if you know about morality and you see immorality, whether you know that person or not, you will come out and say this is wrong. Because you know what? You are a custodian of the culture of morality. So you say, no, this is immoral. Don't do that. Don't say that. Look at all that they did to George Weah and his people. They're not immorality. You think you understand immorality to me? You jump behind somebody's girlfriend or somebody's wife, because that's the definition of immorality. Immorality is just the same as God says sin, and sin means deviation from normal standard. That's the same definition for immorality, deviation from the normal standard of societal living, living in order, orderly conduct. Anything to the contrary is immoral. Immorality is not about man and woman. You jumping behind somebody's web, then it says immoral. It is the act, it is the thought. What we see is the antecedent of the mentor. What you decide us here, it comes outside, what we call the action. The vice president look at a certain president. The certain vice president looks at a former president and say, you're a common citizen. When I'm coming, you must leave the road. It's immoral. That remark is immoral. The president looks at the chief justice and said, what you said are your own. I'm going by what I want. It's immoral. You look at a certain speaker and you lie on him and you ensure that he's removed. You use the country money. You gang up a group of people. You created a mercenary group. You remove him. That's immoral. Must God send down extra definition? That is the definition of immoral. Anything against the norm, the standard Our society is immoral. Your conduct far from the standard. Fast forward, they had these people cursing all over the place. Cursing. So the people reached a point now and they say no. When you curse, we'll not curse you. We'll curse your boss man. Let me give you the future of this kind of atmosphere. And if Unity Party people are not careful, it will damage the government. Do I want that? No. We want that kind of atmosphere. But when I say it will damage the atmosphere, it will damage the government because they will go now arresting people. And what happened? The international community will descend on them. They will start to preach free speech has limitation. But yesterday, when the government said free speech has limitation, they said no. They were enjoying the insults that were going to wear. They were giving those people information. They're not smart. You got to look at the future. You have to think futuristic. So the CDC people say, if you continue to insult our leader, we insult your leader. And once the reaction is going to the leader now will put on that Nebuchadnezzaric instinct. You send people up, you start arresting, picking up people. Then what happened to the atmosphere? Pam. Unless I forget, I've been observing it over the days. Do you know that between 7:30, the country empty, the city empty, everybody gone? You know why? Let me give you one of the practical reasons. What have been coming out about the police, people are afraid. So they go inside soon. I'm lying you. If you think I'm lying, do your own validation, do your own investigation or observation. Just try it. Between 7:30, latest 8, the place clear. People gone. They are afraid that when they stay out, they will encounter some police officer or immigration officer or somebody in security uniform or somebody who is not a security in security uniform. Pam, something happy. Already the other people then they acting like security armed robbers then. Passenger 57, they acting like police people, like DEA, because everybody uniform, everybody wearing the same uniform. So you know police from DEA, you know DEA from police, you know police from this other person. So the wisdom the people using, quickly the move they go in their house. Observe it. That's my own observation I gave you. Observe it. Back to the issue. Because I saw it 2-3 days. So they both say now they will go straight to their man.
There will be fire for fire. Let me repeat. There will be fire for fire. If this government cannot cut off or attack dogs, appointed officials of government, including myself, will go for the creator of the creatures. Will not be the Alexander Cummings who say he will go to court. Someone state or government official, state or female, and insult another. None of you people came publicly, none, to condemn her action against another female. That's not about female issue. Males are also being insulted. Charlene Bronski is speaking because she went from Liberty Party and a close relationship with Nyomli Kanga. That's why they are speaking. They are not speaking because they believe that the former first lady was insulted. This moment, I will not miss my voice. While Joseph Boyka and Bernard Euro were begging ground in Lofa County, Yeke Koruba, my friend, he made a very derogatory statement in front of them. I'm trying to get that video. They laugh about it. Nyomli called Yeke her son. Prophet Key, the Unity Party chain in this country. You took no action. You did nothing. Now that there is bombardment and rockets are falling, you insulted Alexander Cummings. Nobody raised it at this level today. You just insulted Joe Williams and get mosquito brain, a deputy minister. Nobody has time for that. And we sit here, you want us to say, oh, they insult. Nobody insulting women. Anybody who insult the CDC as leadership will reciprocate the kind. Why now? Why should we pretend when the deputy minister will sit and insult a lawmaker and work with Nyomli Kanga before the member of the Unity Party, Liberty Party of Daniel Sando? When Eugene did that, we corrected him, arrested him, and put him behind bars. Eugene Facon, the legislature. People who insulting, are they not working with Nyomli? Are they not in our office? People chose spoon and had their hands. They were surrounded. Their fight must not end. Death must not end. A good, the religious leader been sitting there all those years, 6 years. Nobody will make that mistake. There will be fire for fire. What they did to us, just to repeat it in any manner or form, there will be vibration. Nobody should make mistake.
That's it. That's it. So y'all be careful. Y'all continue. The boat finish you. That's the resolution there. All right. That's it. They created this. Unity Party created. Now they don't want anything. Don't criticize the government. Don't talk to any government official. Don't just praise them. Just praise them. You know, just praise everything good. Bwaka doing well. And we left Bwaka. Bwaka is the best president of Liberia. And Mr. President, we wish you well. Long live the president. Long live the king. Oh, your majesty, your excellency. May you live forever. That kind of stupid thing I want to do. Yesterday, when the people were talking, so that they seen democracy flourishing. People have the right to criticize. But if you're small girls then, just come on and start telling the poor all kind of thing. You'll get your BB girls then. And you know your BB girls then, they in all kind of thing there. And you know everybody know the country is small. Everybody knows about everybody. So the post they will go straight to your people then, your BB people. So they will come and say, oh, the other person here that lesbian. The other person, yeah, the person who doing this. The person here, yeah, the person girlfriend. Oh, the person here who talking, making all the people are gay. They're the man horseman. Jeha Akara stole that all of one. He can't criticize. Akara said, no problem. He said, at least I want in France to marry. But you love into your fellow man. From that time, I'm making to anything again. The country, everybody knows everybody. Be careful. And I told you yesterday, let me say again, you're women. You be careful. You stay off this thing. You don't allow social media. The social media says it's not the problem. You people are your own problem. You think when you come on social media, you should do a podcast and you're saying all kinds of things. Yes, that's platform. But you have to know what you're saying, how you say, and moreover, you got to look at the implications. You have to look at the culture. You should know that the people you speaking to or against, they have the same platform, they have the same ability, and they even have greater than you think, that they can say things about you that you are not like. And you know, most of you women, most of you women, when I say most of you women, I mean those ones there, you're in all kinds of funny things around. And another reason, let me tell you why the women in this country, that, how they call it, what kind of percentage? They say 30%, eh? That 30% they're fighting for, they will never get that 30% until maybe that in the next war, the next Liberia, they will never get it. Because in the next war now, God will change all the women. But the women then are here. When I say the women are talking about the ones in the political space, they will never get that 30% representation. You know why? Because of their heart. What did God say? Jeremiah 17:9, he said the heart of man is desperately wicked. It's desperately selfish. It seeks after its own interest. And it has no concern for the other soul. And that's what you see in this thing here. The people who are talking now, when they were insulting Joel Howard Taylor, they were not coming out with a legal thing now. They were not coming out with morality. They were not coming out ethical. They were not coming out any one of thing. Recently, they started doing all kind of things. They muted themselves. But because now they start mentioning their interests, then they came out and said, no, this is wrong. It's immoral. Look at the women. That's why they don't, that 30% representation. I don't think they will ever get it because of their heart. When it is not in their interest, no, the other women should go. When in their interest, yeah, then everybody should bow to them. So that's it there. There's this pathetic situation. I think some of you saw that. The baby that was found in the plastic bag. Is it Galley Street then? Yes. Terrible. Found in a plastic bag. The baby. Baby was found in a plastic bag. Did you see that? This is the baby found in the plastic bag at Galley Street. The mother abandoned the baby. The mother threw the baby away. Survival of the baby depends on God, because it's been lying in a plastic for days. You see that? It depends. The survival depends on God. Only God now. If the baby is still living, yeah. This too is Liberia, you see? And I want to believe the person, the mother must have done it either on pleasure ground. She wants to continue her pleasure. Two, the child just came accidentally, no support. Three, the country is so hot. And so say, but then let me just get rid of it. Yes, any one of those three. I see the child in the plastic, abandoned the farm, the child on Galley Street. Terrible. Liberia. Okay. So those are the pointers for today. Let's get to the line. But before then, some of the comments, and then we are out. You know exactly what it is. We need not tell you again more about Saturday, you know. So that's it. Philip Nangwe say fire for fire. Etoge loves. Gabriel was say fire for fire. Yeah. Okay. Gabriel was say a bunch of irresponsible, arrogant, and shameless people. Yuppies. They are dirty and behave like pigs. LRB. Okay. Matthew Choloplay. We say this comes around this. Okay. Yeah. Around. We are not going. Okay. This time around, we are not going to give Unity Party supporters any chance. This tension will not stop. Will continue to attack up to 2029 until we remove them from power. Over the coming days and weeks and months, it will be tense. Yeah, it will be tense. It will be tense. Emmanuel Broad said they brought yellow machine. They broke it down. They were stealing. They were clapping their hands, but they don't know. Okay, all right. Oh, I think you what the song. Okay, Josepha, what happened with the dress code? I just go in black today. Yeah, my man, black is a good color, a universal color. Yeah. Paris Lobo say, if it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. Yeah. And when you're going on Saturday, when they ask you, oh, you're going to your party headquarters, you're going big grand, say, I doesn't respond. Anything they tell you, just say, I doesn't respond. Nice teaser. Okay. Let me not forget this one before we go. I beg you, let me inject this. George Weah will always be extraordinary. George Weah is an epitome of James 1:19, Romans chapter 12, verse 19. It says, vengeance is the Lord, do not pay back. And also, Matthew 5:44, bless them that curse you, pray for them that despitefully use you, do good to them that render you evil. Silence doesn't say you are weak. It only means that you fear God. And that's what George Weah is. George Weah, in his political almighty self, has every ability to turn this country into instability that even the president will have to beg. Nothing. This country does not rest on Joseph Yuma Boaga and his people. No, not at all. Opposition leaders all around the world, they are strong, very strong. That's why government, the sitting government, always have it uneasy. Unity Party was here in opposition. What did they do? They kept Weah feet to the fire. Every day they're causing trouble all over the place. Everywhere they were in opposition. Their leading opposition figure was supporting everything. It takes Weah just a word or two. This place will be unstable. It's not the government that maintaining the peace and stability. God first, George Weah second. And it is a blessing. The presence of Weah in this country is a blessing. Weah leaves this country and say he off Liberia for I know how many years. See what will happen here. That we are keeping the peace of this country. That we are keeping this country stable. That we are keeping the security of it. Now the people are making noise all over the place. Look at the Unity Party people. Look what they're doing. They're creating instability. So, Weah don't talk. I like it. I like it. Weah is a good reference point. People say all manner of things. People condemning. You don't talk at all. Just leave it. Meaning your conscience, that your conscience will beat you. It was say conscience judge you. Boeman, J.V. Boeman was in Weah's government. What the Unity Party can tolerate, Weah tolerated it. That's democracy. Who in this government now can criticize Weah, can criticize Boakai openly? Nobody. You try, you either suspended or you are gone. J.V. Boeman was at FBS as one of the executives. He came out to critique. He gave his critique about the government. He disagreed with certain issues. Everybody said, oh, we are going to fire the man. That man, the next day going, that man was not meeting his job. The next day, man was at office. We are not bothered the man. Nothing. Fast forward, he got uncomfortable, all kinds of things. He claimed, oh, things happening to him. He put it on relationship ground. From relationship, he went to this, all kind of thing. He left. Unity Party people in opposition capitalized on that. They started supporting him. The same man recently he started supporting Unity Party. Joseph Boakai, a good man. Joseph Boakai changed the country. All kind of things there. He looked at the attention he wanted. He didn't get the attention, and he soon realized that he would not even get any real attention from Unity Party people. So he decided to come back. Let me hear what he wrote. Let me read it for you word for word. With the confession for return. Confession for return to CDC. That's not how he titled it. I gave that caption. But this is what he wrote. I know fully well that I hurt President George M. Weah. Only God can touch his heart to grant me mercy and accept me as his son again. I have genuinely repented from my sins. Pray to God for that mercy and reach out to the former president through friends and people close to him. By peradventure, even if the former president chooses not to forgive me, I would never leave the CDC again. Whether President Weah accepts me or not, I, Boima J.V. Boima, will work with other like-minded partisans to bring President George Weah back to power. This is about us versus them. If it causes me to go into the devil's stomach and come outside, I am willing and ready to do so. Say whatever you can. We will work with like-minded seditions to democratically vote this irresponsible government out and make the UP a one-term government. If UP crosses 2029, call me animal. This is the worst government that has ever led Liberia. Bunch of angry winners and jokers. The words of Boima JV, Boima begging for George Weah forgiveness and readiness to return to CDC and resolve to help the party get back to power. Let's get to the line. Just few calls. Go straight to the point. Don't hang on. Straight to the point, and then we are out for today. We're getting closer. Hello.
Good afternoon, Semaju.
Good afternoon.
Yes, Abu Rasta on the line. I
Let's hear
joined
you.
from point 4 to be specific in Zimbabwe. If it doesn't work, I doesn't respond. But quickly, Semaju, let me ask you, who charged on that? Just yesterday, you were talking, you referred to my own house. He don't know nothing. He book up dancer. He the other dancer. So today I'm gonna put on the baby talk to baby. I'm gonna put order on him. Who charge you that? That's why he said you should do unto others as you expect them to do unto you. If you don't do it yesterday, who to do it today? And you was the one who initiated and you hear you get called about yesterday. But today you put in order.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Andrew.
Let's go to the women's line. Hello.
Good afternoon, Andrew.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much, my brother, for the topic. You say, this time around our general talking. This time around, we're putting data in our phone. And then in short, in the course, we will call Bwaka West, we will call Bwaka, we will call Mo Ali West, we will abuse Mo Ali, we will call...
Y'all will turn the country into cursing country?
Cursing, we will abuse... Anything they are experience, so they educated and they're crossing. This time around, we'll abuse every minister and your West. We will feel where you're wearing and feeling with Bwaka West. Where Bwaka, you see a woman, they will set it on and you're making they will say police can't arrest her, then they will say upside down.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Andrews. I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I called from a down Coast Spoon Hill, Winter community. Mr. Andrew, thank you very much for the brilliant discussion this afternoon. For my attention to the ones that have to do with fire from fire. Let me firstly use the media to commend the general of our time, breaking the street and setting the stage. You know, there's a saying in the Holy Scripture that says, clean us a child when he or she is big that he will not depart for it. Look, Mr. Andrew, over the last 6 years, what the guys did to George Weah in this president, we are in this country. The kind of disrespect they are calling President Weah was what is happening. For Joe Bwaka down to the super in the party, never respected President Weah. They never look at him to be President Weah. He insulted the man. They allowed Yeke Koloma to stay on the cow and insulted President Weah, late mother, and all the women of Liberia. Damn it. Why are they coming up with president today? Oh, because they say, you are lesbian. But everybody know that you are lesbian. That's strange.
I mean, the boy not call Neo. So when you call the boy not call the boy say anybody insult their leader, they will go after them. Hello.
Afternoon. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, this is Edmund. I'm the visually impaired keep Parker to the fire to deliver. Look, I agree with our general. And look, nobody can go in the store and buy rudeness. But it's just because of President Weah. And we cannot be here 6 years. You instructed us, our leaders, until when Yeke will finally saying that, oh, he's the opposition. When you follow for nothing then to be President Weah said, go apologize to my wife because she's now a politician. And Yeke there, when you need them to apologize to her. So you cannot do that. Youngly, we say, the person is working in your office. You suddenly allow the person 1 week, not even 1 day. You never checkmated her. She did what she could do. Now people waking on you now to come on now to respond. Then you talk about, oh, the other people coming out to say ceasefire. No,
okay, Chief.
No ceasefire. We are going to carry on. Anything now that we are jumped into it now, if it calls for the cities in the United part of this fighting in the community, we will do it because there's no more time that we're going
to
spend.
No fighting. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Agatha, you on the air?
Okay, I'll let you report for another product. Something maybe to ask for some for the you know the carry and say for the G game that I want to.
You say what are you saying?
They say when I get deep for the land, that I want to.
But when talk about land business, I'm not talking CDC thing today. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Are you coming home?
I'm great.
Anyway, Pepper can hear you draw up. Some more who at all council. We keep also, but the nature we allow there to also because you're rude woman you looking at so the last time she waited.
Yeah, John. Yeah. There's and I want to do something here.
Yeah, okay. The last time and I always said the key in a man.
Yeah.
Okay. She need to advise it or operating. She need to advise. So then she give advice so the children will cost off. Thank you.
Okay, at the council. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
Thank you for the topic. I want you to party. Hello.
You on the air? You on the air?
All right. You get party. Say what else season in la blue, eh? We are what la blue. We are now what are you not be, eh? Oh, but that one there, what you're looking for will get a will cost of far. You will get a Bakama.
No, don't do No, you don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're a man. You're
okay. Let's go to the man. The man's line. Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Andrew.
Yeah.
I'm Jerry Escosa calling from Begins to Factory. Hello.
You are on the air, Chief. Once the person say hello, it means you on. You on the air.
Yeah, you know, many times I hear people talking about people who are serving as role model, but there are people who are not actually role model. The issue of abusive language, it helps to destroy young people. And some of our leaders who get today, I don't think that the role is supposed to be playing. But because of their own selfish aggrandizement, they can do anything to jeopardize other people's life. And it's very wrong. For people like young people that used to be on the street.
My man, I'm not talking about anybody. The people say if anybody attack the leader, they will attack them. So
yeah,
the boy in corner, I see your chief. No. You see, no, we can't allow your soul again say as much as you have your right to speak, we have to regulate the show. You don't hear me calling name. Then you calling name. I'm calling name. Then you calling name. So you go with your name now. That's why people. Okay, anyway, I see you. We're not taking calls again. You follow the trend of the discussion. The talk show is the person who controls. You only hear the person call name, then you call in name. Does that make sense? No, I mean, we're on the same path. So, yeah, thank you. No call again. See you. Okay. So this is it. Where do we go? The chairman spoke not long for Antikofa, but here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry, oh yeah, I deny you today. Because since you can follow. We talked this thing before. You get too emotional, and let me say unnecessarily emotional. You put your personal vexation and anger into something. It doesn't make sense. We've told you people over and over, you follow the trend. What you hear us say, you follow that trend. When we call name, you don't have to call name. At the close of the day, by the time you say all these things, you're gone. So there is a law that can also hold us. Because you say, why you did not coordinate, why you did not regulate, you people will be gone. You're saying you know all these things, there are laws that control all of these things. Why it is true that you have your right to speak, but you don't say things that the radio station you talk, the radio station you call anybody name, then you can't call in, oh, the person, there's a person that. What's that? Because we can give you access to call. Somebody, they think that the person talk, that why we comment on. Why I hear the person say, I will not say it. We can't allow ourselves to be bullied in a law that what they call bully. You say that people saying things that they ought not to say, and you allow it. So they will hold you because as a medium, then all of you going, you'll be sitting down to your play. You're finished say you go. So you thank you, yeah? No call again. Let me go this way. Let's go this way. Okay, so we're about to go that way. That will take us home. What did Oliver Kine, or KOK for short, say on Israel's show this morning when he called in? And that's exactly what we've been saying of you people. You're quick to get emotional. What did he say? He says sedition's quick to get jitter. They prefer to listen to what they're hearing outside from other people than listening to the people who they ought to listen to. And that's true. That's what we observe of people when we say, oh, they want nothing happening. Oh, and the people say they want, and the people say they're wrong, and we back with that. So we who talking, we who going in, the people, we who getting the information, the one that we're saying, it makes sense. You're in belief or the same thing all of us said today. You're quick to get jitter. The same when the person, oh, the land, oh, CDC, the land at 300. And the other man claiming the land, the man, they say they get a man 5,000 and there'll be no breaking down, no ground breaking. You follow what the Unity Party people start saying. You're jitter. You have to stop it. It's not good. If you can listen, then you'll be on your own. And no need to be talking. Because you can listen to all.
All the way, they brought yellow my shit. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing man. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they leave them. Let them go fix their thing. But they were very old just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody not go crazy. Somebody not die. No way. So anything happen. Bunch of foolish people. See this. All the way. Oh yeah. All the way. See this. It's for the people. Ain't I in bed and ain't I in the house. Ain't in their hearts and
and they carrying it. No yellow machine can take it from them. Now yeah, it's here. We finish getting land. We finish getting money. We come and break the ground to start putting again. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Yeah. Let me just tell you something. A new belt, it will be a rainbow of true democracy and the people's mind. CDC will show the world what it means to be supreme. So let's go break our ground. Let's go make them shake. Together we are strong. CDC, we are supreme. Breaking ground, breaking ground. Atuba, 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 atuba,
Today is Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, after tomorrow, Friday, and after Friday, October 18. We are in a warfare, a political warfare, not military warfare, a warfare of intellectualism, meaning using the mind. Unity Party is the ruling establishment. They are there. They want to be there. CDC and the rest of the parties are in the opposition. They want to take Unity Party out. The battle is being fought between Unity Party as an institution, a single institution, and the opposition community. That is the warfare. Unity Party sees CDC as a formidable force, a powerhouse, the Rock of Gibraltar, a wall. In order to have the chance of retaining power, the opponent will do everything they can. They will come out with different lines called propaganda to favor them and put the opposition or put the Congress for Democratic Change against, or make the people to think that they are not doing what is right, they are disorganized, and these are the people who should not retain the presidency or should not come back to the presidency. So they focus their time, energy, and resources on the largest, biggest, weighty, heaviest, formidable opposition political party, the Congress for Democratic Change. History has it from the first day, they did everything they could, from the least to the highest person, and then to the party structure. They planned and they executed the destruction of CDC headquarters. Why were they doing all of those? And they still, because they see George Weah as the force, and they know that if elections the presidential election was held today, Unity Party will be defeated flat. So in a warfare, when the opponent knows that his colleague rather, is far ahead of him and he isn't that strong, so he will come up with different lines so that the people will focus on that person and see that person as the problem, and so that he or she will have the time to recover. That's the strategy Unity Party is using. They know that George Weah is a force. They know that George Weah will beat them 2029. They know that they will not come back. Just as CDC was 1 term, Unity Party will be 1 term. So they try to play the mind game. Interestingly, they do not know how to play the mind game psychologically. They do not know it. They are so dull at doing that, because I say dull because every attempt they fail. Every attempt they fail. When you are failing at everything you embark on, you are dull. You are just dull. Ask God, he will use the same word. Paul said, you are so dull of hearing. Paul, he used the word D-U-L-L. He said, you are so dull of hearing. Everything they play along the way, they weren't successful. Not a single were they successful with. From the first day, they planned the diabolical strategy to fend off Weah, to get rid of Weah. It never worked. Everything they planned along the way, it never worked. They went as far as destroying the headquarters, with the understanding that when the headquarters is destroyed, CDC will have no existence. That's how a dull person thinks. Not realizing that the headquarters is in the body, the soul. Jesus said you can destroy the body, you can destroy the temple, but you can't destroy the soul, because the soul still exists. In this context, the souls are you seditious. The body, metaphorically, the structure that you had over there, they brought it down in jaw, but you remain, the party remains. The standard bearer comes out and say, we will rebuild. The arrangements went into place. What do you see happening? Every day they have some kind of news that they don't even understand themselves. They say the land is in confusion. The first thing they came up with, they say where CDC will be doing the groundbreaking for the headquarters, they'll have 2 pillars there. I've been hearing this and I've been thinking, what's the possibility? So it will have, if the construction of the overhead pass will go down there, then it means that the overhead pass will be as long and as per the diagram, and even around that area, and even around there, far from it. But just as Margaret Novicki, the first Army public information officer, the months and years the woman stayed in Liberia, Le Monde summarized Liberian culture. She said Liberia is a Roman-based society. And what did she say beyond that? She said the people aren't as analytical as you would think they ought to be. That the same thing she was referring to, meaning when somebody says something, the next person believes it to be true without counter-checking. The other man takes it from that man who heard it, runs with it. And that is exactly what you see within the media too, which I will get to. When they realized that that one there, it made sense, then they came to this man who allowed himself to be used. Unity Party tried that, it didn't work. The people said, oh no. Then they came, they said, look, let's plant a guy. Everything you hear happening and you read, you hear, you talk about that Unity Party doing it. They are afraid of George Weah. A person who is not a formidable force, you will not bother. This is a democracy. So whether the man is strong or not, you focus on yourself to win. You will not focus on the man, your opponent. You focus. When the people going into warfare, those of you who watch movie, what do you see them do? They get ready, they prepare themselves. They prepare themselves. They focus 99% of their attention on themselves, preparing. Less attention to the opponent. They went to this man, say, oh, the land. The man allowed himself to be used. I hope that guy, if Unity Party gave him money, he just eat it, sit down somewhere, and expose them that they gave me money to say this, to say that. That's the next thing that's about to happen. You'll continue to give these people money, and you'll continue to accept money from these people. They're risking your life. Listen, there is the consequence of surrogacy. There's a consequence of surrogacy. And everything there is a side effect. You can avail yourself to be a surrogate. A surrogate is that person that puts himself forward to be used by another person to accomplish that person's idea or that person's plan. It is a risk. It is a risk. That is why people who are doing that, they are very careful. They look at the contract. You know why they can demand a lot? Because their life is at risk. Because if it doesn't go as planned, forget it. We can watch shows, right? And all of us can watch shows and we can see those things. When you hear the man taking on the contract, that's surrogacy right there. That's what I mean by surrogacy. You put yourself available to be used by another person to accomplish that person in. That man allowed himself to be used as surrogate. I'm driving to something. Somebody too is telling the public that the man who say he the owner of that land, he's not the owner of the land. You see how God can chunk market range? They said that, oh, yeah, but let me tell you, listen. Some of the things that we've been reading, they said when it came out newly, oh, and the land that CDC come in, do the groundbreaking, and the land not for them, that fake thing they're doing, and the man, the owner, gone to court, and over the weeks, the minister of public works, Roland Giddings, will speak to it. Oh, that the first one rare. But how you say the man going to court? Then you say over the weeks, when the groundbreaking is just 4 days away. So how over the weeks now? You should be saying in a couple of hours or the following day. That one, the public works minister, he didn't say anything. Nothing fall within that range. Then they say, oh, the man going to court. Through a lawyer. What kind of man a court? Yeah, is it? The court now, they say, but the thing here, that your media thing we hear. Nobody come here can tell anything about anything like CDC encroaching on anybody's land or CDC did not buy land. The Moravia City Court has confirmed the cancellation of its October 14, 2025 writ of arrest issue against the chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change over a land dispute in Congo Town. The court's decision followed the withdrawal of the legal complaint by the property owner. Also, it was reported that the individual claiming ownership of the parcel of land was said to be represented by legal practitioner Councillor Cyril Jones. However, in a separate clarification, Councillor Jones of the Jones and Jones law firm denied ever filing or representing any client before the Moravia City Court in connection with the matter. We also, in here the court, in here the councillor, that the councillor, they say, representing the landowner. Then the councillor came out to say, but it doesn't make sense. Councillor Jones of Jones and Jones law firm denied, meaning in Nuevo A, denied ever filing. He said, maybe you're in a dream, maybe you're in utopia, but say in reality, I know the one you're talking, I know what I ever went to court about land dispute, CDC and this person. What I ever file, please ask any one of the judges whether they ever saw me in court. Councillor Jones of the Jones and Jones law firm denied ever lifting or representing any client before the Moravia City Court in connection with the matter. Then, here's the chairman. The chairman said the land CDC own 100% CDC.
There are thousands of solutions out there who will want to be assured as it relates to the acquisition of this new property. How did you get it? What's the arrangement? Is it like, or the committee bought this new land, or it is lease or rent or whatsoever? So it is a purchase, but there are certain things, because this is a briefing on the date and time of the occasion, there are certain things I will not be able to divulge to you because that is solely within the purview of the standard bearer. It's a purchase, it's an acquisition. It will be owned by the CDC. The building project itself will be owned by the CDC, so it's 100% CDC undertaking.
Come back again, the Honorable Chairman. Yes, another one from the chairman.
We expect majority of them to show up.
You just mentioned ruling party members. And in a press conference given by your committee, spearheaded by you, you said, if I'm straight up the numbers, that I think 18% of contributors are from the ruling establishment.
So that goes straight to
negotiation. So there are certain things we will not reveal, and there are certain postures we will not take, because you don't want to kill your negotiation over emotionalism. So we had a meeting with him this morning. I believe that some nefarious individuals try to instigate him to distract and disrupt the groundbreaking ceremony. I think this morning he realized that he was pursuing the wrong path. We are back on course. I saw from the court, the rate which I had not seen have been canceled. And so I think we're back to the negotiation table for the portions of the lot that he said he owns, which will start again on after the groundbreaking. Let me be clear. There was no payment of $5,000. There was no negotiation on $300,000. All
right. So,
okay, you hear that portion? The one that they been making also. Then the one that CDC going to be the main headquarters on. It's just that you get this place here. You have place, then the board, the front view. Then behind you get one small kikeni. The children used to say, or when we come out, we used to use that expression, small kikeni behind it. So that kind of place there, when you put big building there, that small kikeni behind is insignificant, a deep value. So you will be constrained to sell it. When you see some people, they say, boy, they think the people now poor here, so they're building too big. What's the essence of, oh, chief? Okay, so you can just tell you all the land now, you just buy the land, you buy it. Meaning, it will not be any value to me because the structure that in front it. So you just buy it. That I want there. That when you hear the councillor Fonati say that it, that not the main land in dispute. Initially, what did the man say? The man said the land is 100% CDC.
There are thousands of solutions out there who will want to be assured as it relates to the acquisition of this new property. How did you get it? What's the arrangement? Is it like, or the committee bought this new land, or it is lease or rent or whatsoever? So it is a purchase, but there are certain things, because this is a briefing on the date and So it is a purchase, but there are certain things because. So it is a purchase, but there are certain things because this is a briefing on the date and time of the occasion. There are certain things I will not be able to divulge to you because that is solely within the purview of the standard bearer. It's a purchase, it's an acquisition. It will be owned by the CDC. The building project itself will be owned by the CDC, so it's 100% CDC undertaking.
Thank you, sir. Let's continue this, sir.
Use my property for parking, for other activities at the groundbreaking site, you're free to do so. Okay. So all of those we are talking to, including the land across the alley, will be using that for parking and for accepting contributions.
You're listening, you're hearing the man. You'll be believing these Unity Party people who you ain't understanding the mind game. The goal is let discourage the people, let frustrate them so that they will not turn on, they will be discouraged. That mind game. You'll be listening to them. You'll be listening to them more. When we're talking, you'll say, we make sense to you. And you need about it. And if you are saying it wrong, and if you are wrong, and I'm advising you no day here again. Chief, let's continue, your honorable.
The land in the back, will be using it for cooking and other things, which is not our property. Yeah. It's not the main property, but people have consented that we use it. And so it was important that we get his consent to be able to do those kind of things. Okay. And again, we are in negotiations. We are talking, and people are trying to disrupt. Remember the first thing they said, CDC property to the overhead bridge. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. When we debunk that, when we killed that, okay, they have now come up and try to use an individual who realized now he's only trying to be used to disrupt and discourage the attendance for Saturday. But the good thing is, as I said, I was not moved because I knew it couldn't have been coming from that individual. It was coming from people who were trying to influence him to disrupt Saturday's program. Get a raid, and then we'll send the police out there to make sure nobody go on the property, and whether or not it's CDC property or it's your property, we'll say it's all your property, and we can then disrupt and drive. And that has failed because the individual, as I said, we had a meeting this morning because I was confused as to his claim and his posture, and he said he immediately called to withdraw it. I think you see Jones and Jones, Councilor Cyril Jones, has denied, as it was reported, that he has participated in this latest failed attempt to disrupt the CDC.
You're listening? You're listening at the chairman or the man explaining, we got days to go. You'll be getting jitter or you're getting emotional all over the place. Unity Party people, Y'all continue to listen to them. When they write small thing on Facebook, there are people running with it. Then you get scared too. You think these guys, fanatic over there, you know what they did? That's picking it. We are in a picking it. The people came out of a party structure, or they came out of land dispute, party dispute. Then they will make the same mistake. Chief, let's continue. Yeah, our chairman, man.
That we own site. If we are to expand, our discussions have been purchased. Okay, everything will be in the name of the CDC. I mean, we could have gone, some people say, the government will try to disturb you, so you're secretly be buying it, and you're putting in people's name, and you're doing things secretly. And I had a conversation with the stand-up era. He said, look, we're a political party, we're doing nothing wrong. So we do everything in the name of the CDC because that's what our partisans own. That's what our partisans want to see. If the government wants to disrupt, if some individuals want to disrupt, we are prepared for them. And the caveat goes out. Okay, our citizens, our partisans are going to be out on Saturday, regardless of what you try to do. And please don't try to interrupt them. They are going to be peaceful. They are going to be law-abiding, and they are coming in their numbers. No doubt they will be in their numbers on Saturday.
The main so that area we are talking about finishing. I play my music. I go that the chairman talking today. Man finish saying so Saturday when you say, the people doing it, me and I'm going there, me I scared. You know the valley people there, and the police people there. You still own that your business.
I will show you the taxes that have been paid on that property. I'm sorry you brought it up.
Yeah.
But I will show it. I'll show it to you. Taxes is all up to date on the taxes. The Johnson name is a new name to me. Look. When I built this building that we're in now, a week after we moved in, somebody came and said they own this property. You know, I'm still here 3-4 years later. Okay. Property issue in Liberia, everybody tries to claim property. You know, they even have cartel that does that. So the fact that somebody may come up last minute to say, I own this piece of property, it doesn't move me, right? Because the records will be there, we'll go through the title search, we'll be able to prove our title. So I'm not perturbed by that. What we see with this latest attempt, as with the previous one, was simply an attempt to disrupt. Okay. First, they said the bridge project was disturbing. Then they came and said, "Oh, the program has been canceled." Okay. There was one floating around briefly and said the program has been canceled. And then finally, they came yesterday and said, "Oh, there's an owner that's claiming." I'm not going to disparage him again, as I said, because I think he does have some claims, legitimate claims in that area, and we are interested, you know, so we're not going to disparage anyone. We are in negotiations, and when it's finalized, there will be acquisition. That
All the way, they brought yellow machine, they break it down. They were clapping their hands, they were stealing things, they was causing man. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people.
there were some dumb theories, right? And that's one of the dumbest theories. Why would what benefit would I get from bringing land dispute as a way of playing victim when that alone would have distracted or would have caused a commotion for the event that I'm trying to have? I'm trying to bring as many people to the side as possible. Then I will create a situation where maybe I don't own it. No. So again, we have to pay attention. These folks are desperate.
So these folks, which folks are you?
Well, the ruling party and their surrogates and their stooges that come out with their dispatch to put on this so-called thing they call propaganda, because they only understand, okay, only thing they understand is propaganda. And it is failing by the day because like people have caught onto it.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
So these lies, these machinations, this use of state resources to witch hunt people, to do all these kind of things are not working anymore. So they say we caused this. It's only the latest attempt to cover up a failed plan to disrupt the program on the
Thank you. Thank you. That's it. Thank you very much, Chairman. You did well. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. I think a couple of minutes ago he had that news conference. The same thing we've been telling you, a mind game. And you had people availing themselves to be used as surrogates. Unity Party people giving them small money. They write on Facebook. When you see the write no specification in the write out. They just put CDC headquarters will be on the pass, on the overhead pass, where 2 of the pillows will be in the coming weeks. The Minister of Public Works will speak to it. If you know, then the other people dragging, they're running with it. Y'all don't get discouraged. They're not the main land. The people finish here, the man, they finish paying the taxes for the land. They finish with everything. That area that y'all get, you're having the noise here, or the people putting noise in your ear. That one small portion on the other side. So the man say, Fonati say, that one the man has a legitimate claim. So we sit down with him and discuss. So we get our other one too. That's why they call acquisition. When you hear the man use the word acquisition, that's what it means. So we get our one. We get it legally. We sit down with him and talk. Say, my man, the portion here, you have this, you have that. Okay, we interested. So please bring all your documents and other things there. We sit down, let's talk. Because we're interested in it. But the mean land itself, the man said they finish what I want. They finish with it. They finish paying all the taxes, all the liabilities, everything. So it's somebody, hey, yaka. You continue to worry. That it all. So what I can say as we go, your turnout. You don't get discouraged. The mind game is on. And when you have people who know the mind game, like we are at Kings, when we're telling you, you prefer not to listen to us, not to believe us, but to believe what you hear on Facebook, what the people are saying to you. You prefer that. Then you come on the radio and say the people saying this. So we who talking, we make sense. We who fetching the information here and there, we bring it, we analyze. That one, that not sense. We ain't get sense. You believe in Unity Party people. They playing on you. They don't want you to turn out. You understand that life, from the very first day they born you, you can't on this earth as a baby. The warfare starts until you leave the earth. The entire life that we live in, that warfare, that battle. You never have anything on a silver platter. You struggle. Others will not want you to succeed. Unity Party knows that they can. They can withstand CDC. All of these things that you hear happening, they are the ones who are doing it. They were very devilish in opposition, and they still have that same devilish attitude. You see them exhibiting it. Pure satanic behavior. They leave with these people alone. They Unity Party people. Monkey George Weah. They don't hear George Weah them. They Unity Party people. Honestly. We know that for a fact because from the very first day, all the things, look at all of the things that they have done to George Weah along the way. Almost 20. When you see all of those things happening, what I tell you, we want to finish the man. Let's get rid of the man. So when a man is out of the way, then we have space. There will be no problem. We don't have any obstacle in our way again. Everything will go smooth with us. Yes. That's it. So they come with all kinds of things. Oh, they want this, they want that. CDC and this, CDC will do this, CDC will not do that, or they're going to court. All kinds of nonsense. It's because they are afraid. They don't want to see we are participating. They want to get we are out of the way. And they think by doing that, then they will have a free ride. They are afraid. And you that should be standing with we are, you're not strong. You could get jitter. When KOK was talking this morning, I was just letting her say, help us tell them. At least you call into Kings FM for a station. Thank you. You observe it. So tell them, let them hear it good. Quick to get jitter, quick to give up. They're playing a mind game. They're playing on you. Because they're afraid of your political leader. They're afraid of your party. So they will not want any good thing to happen for you. But when good thing happening for them, you should praise them.
All the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down. They was clapping their hands. They was stealing things. They was cursing my. Oh, what a happy day for those stupid people. The course they leave. Let them go fix their thing. But they were very hard just to break it down. Now they break it down. Somebody now foolish people.
Definitely, bunch of foolish people. Envious people are foolish people. Jealous people are foolish people. Satanic people are foolish people. Thanks to Lena Dudu and the Liberian Investigator newspaper in pursuit of truth and integrity. What we've told you, George Weah, the pace setter, CDC, the first political party to have its own headquarters, state of the art, that everything Unity Party copy from CDC. CDC announced October 18. Unity Party in its jealous self announced December 6, groundbreaking fundraising for new headquarters. CDC said they will have their headquarters in each of the counties. NIMA Unity Party say we have our headquarters in each of the counties too. So they're mimicking CDC. The following after CDC. CDC leads, they follow. CDC is the leader. No reason why George Weah is the only standing, forceful, visionary, opposition political figure. They photocopy him. They feed on his wisdom. Thanks to Lena Dudu and the Liberian Investigator newspaper. And you see what we've been telling you? See their headline today. And you see it? You see the paper's headline? The only paper that carry it. Now, this is not a promotion for CDC. The paper saw and gave a testimony to the reality. You see it? UP learns from CDC. I told you yesterday, this is how it will be until the war comes to an end. There will be no way, under no circumstance, that anybody will say UP Bay headquarters before CDC. They said that CDC started. CDC talk about building headquarters, then United Party can too. So they will be telling the rest of the world that CDC United Party follow in the footsteps of CDC vision. United Party was never thinking about anything called headquarters. They were never. You see it? Yeah, the paper is lead. UP learns from CDC. The Liberian Investigator newspaper. UP learns from CDC. The headquarters construction. Your turn out in your multitude. Turn out in your multitude on Saturday. Whether rain or shine. Turn out. Get in your CDC wear. Do not use as precondition new. Everybody you see with material that their own initiative. The party is not giving out t-shirts to people. You get your 6 years ago CDC t-shirt, wear it. You have your 2005 sneaker, CDC sneaker, wear it. You have your 2017 CDC flag, carry it. Anything of the past, there's nothing specific, no special printing. Any material of CDC, you get where if you don't get CDC material, but you have your blue, the party color, you take any blue t-shirt. You can even ask somebody, they will help you. There are some people who have 2, 3, and this is where you have to help your colleagues. This is where the unity comes in, and the standard bearer talked about that when he announced the construction of a new headquarters, that you need to hold together, share with one another, that bond, you know what they call bond? And that heat can't even pass through before you talk about breeze. So help your brother, help your sister. If you have 2 TD t-shirts, give one. You come out in your multitude. I'm not saying 1,000. No. The chairman, and you heard the chairman saying the same thing that we've been telling you people over and over. Don't get discouraged. That mind game the plane, so they will discourage you from going there, that you stay away. Then they will have all their drones, the different TV. They say, oh Lord, the be more they may with all the publicity. Look at the turnout. The turnout is low. They want to mock you again. That vexation, that anger, the cry that you share. Come on. That Saturday, when you saw them breaking down your headquarters, you have to turn that into joy. And listen, if you people are not happy, you are not sure God himself will get there with you. Because when the man gave you testimony, testimony is for celebration. Testimony is all about celebration. Testimony is never sadness. Every time God gave you a new life, which is a testimony, a breakthrough, you must celebrate. That's why you people need to come out in your multitudes. I'm not saying 1,000. Your multitudes, your millions, your billions. Prove a point to them that you broke down the headquarters. We were down, but we are not discouraged. You broke down the structure, but yeah, the structure. We are the structure. Turn out in your multitude, in your millions, in your billions, in your trillions. Don't worry. You say, oh, we have 5.4 million people. That's our population. That figure, come out. Let 4 million or 450 million come out and leave the rest. The rain, don't even think about rain. Even if rain is falling, the intensity of the rain should not stop you. In fact, it is the main time that you should get out. Nothing will happen to you. You wouldn't get sick. God himself will be in the match with you. God himself will be at the groundbreaking ceremony on Saturday. God himself, the host of angels, will be there. They will be there. You will feel the presence of God. You will see a shift in the atmosphere. You will sense the presence of God. Turn out. Get ready. Worry not. It's celebration time. God has given you every reason to celebrate. And you should not look at God and say there wasn't any reason to give us this. No, you should give God every reason to say yes. Turn out. Rain, no rain. Be there for each other along the way. If you're moving in your car and sedition walking along the way, you can pick them up given the condition. Come from everywhere. Newtown, Gardnersville, Painesville, Rehab, everywhere. Just come out. Just come out. Just come out like loose ends. You know what loose end is, or the loose end bed? When it's open everywhere, from the left, right, back, front, everywhere. That's how multitude come out. When they turn so, wow, they see the multitude. They turn so. When they turn on the back, they see the multitude. They look in front and they say, hey, we finish. We finish. Saturday, you will have to prove a point to them by numbering on Saturday what they expect 2029. You will have to show to them on Saturday what they should expect 2029. The number page. God works with number. Number is one of the significant things in God's plan. God works with crowd. When Jesus appeared, the multitude. So you're going to demonstrate that same multitude turn out over the days. Start preparing, getting all of your materials, your food. The chairman said the ceremony will start 10 o'clock. Just take it that way, but know that it will go beyond 10 because several events will take place. And even when it comes to the speeches and that celebration, we're not go so morning and start finish. No, that celebration, that Thanksgiving, even though the following, the Sunday after the Saturday, that Thanksgiving, but that's the pre-Thanksgiving. So you're going to celebrate, you're going to enjoy, you're going to do everything. You got to be energetic, got to be forceful. my man boy just say the boy say cookie oh yes it is check boy boy just told me Ezra just told me say the boy yeah cookie. So you see, so you don't got to worry about food in the morning. Just drink your late tea or you take your late bread, then you getting ready. Whether you will eat, oh, but seditious will know your man. Oh, the people on our side, they will start going to the market from today all the way to Friday. The food will waste over there. But when seditious gather, the business people forget. I know some women and the other people then they buying the goods like nobody business because they know when CDC gathering, they can make money. The business people can make money. Hey, a unity party having gathering. The people will be carrying their businesses back. The people who care food, they will care back. The people who care drinks, they care back. Only few about. But seditious, yeah, I say on public radio, clear. If anybody think I lie, seditious gathering, all the people they can make money, real good. They can make money. Food will be there. The people cooking. When you want to carry your late star, the one you want to eat, you can prepare it too. You put it in your military bowl. You know that military bowl? Right? You can stuff the red, stuff it. The soup can be on it. Put the soup there, then they stuff it real good. 6 person can eat from that bowl. A little small boy. Why is that? Don't worry. Don't mind those people. Prove to them that you're ready. Celebrate that celebration. People broke down your place intentionally. They meant to do it. They planned it. Then God gave you a testimony. You will not turn out in Mark. When it raining, I don't care how it can be raining. What a storm. Don't worry about all those things. Those things that God own responsibility there. That God responsibility. Don't worry about rain. Don't worry about dew. Don't worry. No, He will take care of that one. He will take care of his responsibility. He will be part of the gathering too. God will be there. God will be there. The Son will be there. The Spirit will be there. Don't worry. You will sense the presence of God. You will feel the presence of God. You will sense a shift in the atmosphere. And it will send shockwave in the spines, the bones, the marrows, the soul, the flesh, the skin, the blood of those people. Get ready. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday. We're talking days. We're talking dates. We're talking months first. Then we came to weeks. And now we're talking days. After days, we'll be talking hours. The Bible says, and it shall come to pass, meaning that day is set, October 18. See you. Take care of yourself from now until Saturday. Guide against temptation, please, I beg you. I know what it is. We've seen this before. It is within the culture. Anytime a significant event is coming, the devil is active. The devil is active. Temptations all in the atmosphere everywhere. I beg you. And hold your fort. Take God to beg you. Please, guide against temptation. You hear some things from the people on the other side. You see something coming your way. I beg you, please don't respond. Don't answer them. Don't get involved. Keep yourself safe until Saturday. Hold your fort. If anything they say to you, just respond. I doesn't respond. Just say I doesn't respond and be finished. I see you. I see you. I doesn't respond. I see you.
On the way, they brought yellow my ship. They break it down.